Hey guys, and thanks for sitting with Sony. So, I have not put out a sitting with Sony video in a while. And to be completely honest, I've been so busy and I really wanted to start the process of me having discussions with other parents and me getting someone else's point of view other than mine. I really haven't been recording videos. I did do one for Mother's Day that I was shouting out some people who have helped me tremendously along the way, and I just never posted it. And today I am recording because of anger, kinda, and because I really hope this is the episode that gets to somebody that sparks the right discussion. So, of course, right now, everybody is trying to, or not everybody, but the majority of people are trying to make a change in the way they're trying to make a change. If you are using your social media platform, if you're protesting, if you're signing petitions, if you're writing letters, if you're calling mayors, calling senators, calling governors, calling police chiefs, if you're doing your part, continue to do it. I seen a video last night. They were saying how people get so frustrated because the lines are busy or cut off and things like that, and they think like, what's the point? And she was saying how that is still a very good thing because it means that if you're calling a mayor's office and their line is off, that means they're no longer able to conduct their regular business. It means that we are disrupting their life to a point where they have to start listening, or their regular day can't go on. So that kind of put a little bit more inspiration in my heart because right now I haven't been protesting. I can walk a lot better right now, so I actually probably could, but I have decided not to join any as of yet. I would like to join one and bring my son, but so whatever you guys are doing to help with change and help to promote positive change for people of color, thank you for that, because I and my family are people of color. And we're going to get into actually why I'm recording today. So on Facebook, I have noticed, I'm gonna say over the last month, that a lot of people that I follow aren't specifically my kind of people. And when I say that, I don't mean think exactly like I think, because nobody does. I'm an individual. Nobody's going to be exactly like me. But they have extremely different views. And it's certain things that people can do on social media that I find so disrespectful or so anti who I am that I will unfollow you. One, which has only happened once or twice, is disrespecting me in the way that you hit on me. And I say that because people hit on me all the time. And I'm not saying it like trying to be cocky, but it's the truth. Any woman I probably am going to assume. But people hit on me all the time, and sometimes you have the men that are like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were married, or oh, I see you have a family, my bad. And then there's the individuals that I haven't gotten that many, that are just like, so when you want to bang, like just blatant disrespect, something like that, I will make sure you see that I have seen your comment. Like, I will get on, make sure it's seen, and then I will either delete you, block you, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to respond to that. Most of the time, people tell me I'm beautiful. I respond back, thank you, because I don't mind people telling me that I'm beautiful. I thank you very much because I appreciate it. And sometimes I want to hear that I'm beautiful. So thank you. There's people who think that it's a cool thing to point a gun at a camera. This one is probably one of my own personal things, but I hate it. I don't care if you are military, if you are cop. Like, I know I follow this guy who was a police officer, a black man, and he posted a picture with the gun pointing to the camera. I don't like that. I actually very much hate it. Like, very, very much hate it. It is really one of them things where it is like, what is the point of that? Why did you find it necessary to post this picture? It looks like you're pointing the gun at me. I don't want no guns pointed at me. And I will automatically unfollow somebody for that. And here more recent in the protesting environment, I have really been paying attention to the people who are silent, to the people who just aren't doing anything. And when I say doing anything, I don't mean, again, out here protesting. I don't mean anything. You don't owe your social platform to anyone but yourself. But to the people, and I'm saying the people because I'm not specifically talking about white people in this scenario. I'm referring to Black, Latinos, Asians, all the list of the people, any Africans, anybody that I am following that hasn't posted one thing in support to spark the conversation to end racism. Now, that is a huge and very, very, very wide range of things. You haven't posted anything pertaining to any of that, unfriend. And whether people choose to believe it or not, silence is killing us. And it is not accepted. It's not acceptable for me. So most of the time I am on my Instagram, which is Sitting with Sony 87. And I do have a Facebook page, but I'm not as interactive on my Facebook page, mainly because the people on my Facebook page are people that I actually know. I follow a lot of my family on Facebook. So normally on Facebook, it's like, you know, if I'm posting something with the kids or whatever, that's more what goes on Facebook because, you know, all my family are there. Stuff that I want to share with them is people that I grew up with or, you know, things of that nature. So I noticed I have been getting on Facebook a little bit more, and I've noticed that a lot of people, Black men and women, have this same point of view on my Facebook list that I just didn't realize I never paid attention to. And because of the post that I seen recently, I go to their page and I'm going down and I'm like, wow, this is not the first time they posted something like this, but I just never paid attention to it. I see more recently that they're posting about it more. So I'm like, maybe that's why I noticed it. Of course, again, I'm not on Facebook a lot, so I'm like, I could have just missed it. Three of the individuals, people that I actually know, I just deleted them because I'm like, I don't want to go back and forth with this person. They're not a bad person. They have their views, whatever. This last person that I am actually about to read some of their posts so I can hopefully spark a conversation and get someone else's opinion on this. I purposefully didn't delete. Well, it's two of them actually. I purposefully didn't delete them because I didn't want it to seem like I was talking about them because I'm actually reading their exact post. Now, are they the only people who have posted this? No, definitely not. It has millions of shares, but I got it off of one person's page, so I didn't want to delete them and it'd be like, oh, well, she's talking about you. So I didn't delete that one person, but it shocked me so much coming from this person because I thought they were a decent enough person not to post and not to have a skewed enough belief about his people to really be posting this on his platform. So let me get it open. Okay. This one says, which Black Lives Matter, because every time I get a news break alert, most of the time it's us blacks always shooting and killing each other. Degrading our black women every day in every way, that's the real brutality. Police brutality is definitely out of control, but how can expect them to respect our lives and our rights when we kill each other over Jordans and money? So those are just 3 of the comments that I screenshotted. 3 of the posts, not comments, 3 of the post statuses that I screenshotted. And when I say, like, I had posted a video on Facebook because I was enraged. Like, I was really mad when I first seen this. And I'm in this little group, I'm in a class, and we was talking about, you know, the environment and everything, and I was telling her how I've just been deleting people. And she was like, but how does that spark conversation? How does that, you know, how does that support change? How does that, you know, work out anything if you're just deleting them and you can't have a discussion? And I'm like, you know, I'm at the point right now where I'm more worried about my own mental health than anything, and seeing stuff like that makes me so mad that it makes me want to be argumentative. And the little video was a very short, like 5-minute video that I posted. It was very argumentative and angry. And even though I meant every single word in it, I wanted to record this sitting with Sony because I'm like, I need to spark dialogue. And again, which is why I said I was really hoping that I would have another parent to talk to by now, which I do, but you know, it's like the last week of school and scheduling, and people are back at work. And but yeah, I want to talk about these issues. So one of my questions is, people who have been through the system for selling drugs, do you consider that black on black crime? Because the individual who posted this, I know, has been through the system for selling drugs. I consider that black on black crime. I consider, if you are a black person and you're selling drugs to another black person, and that person is addicted to the drug that you're selling to, you have no way to know what that person may do. They can go steal somebody's money black. They can go steal somebody's Jordans is black because they're high on drugs. So that way, in my eyes, you are the person that's committing black on black crime. A person who I know in the past who has been with the same woman but has numerous kids by numerous different people, that is not supporting black women. That is brutalizing, demeaning, and mentally and physically very unstable to a black woman. I think that there is no group of people, in all honesty, than white people who have looted, who have stolen, who have degraded and debased people in the world. And there's actually no debating that. There's no way that anybody can give me any number that can change that fact. They stole from every continent. The continent that we live on is stolen. We, the people who live here and have built this country, were stolen, were beaten, were raped, were stripped of our religion. Like, I don't know how you can dismiss all of those facts, all of those actions, and just spew this type of stuff on your social platform. Now, don't get me wrong, I have seen other stuff that, you know, they posted that I know that these people have good views. They support their community, they do stuff, and it's just like, I don't get how one coincides with the other. I don't get how you are a man or a woman who have been through the legal system, either on the side of the drug seller or the drug buyer, and you have a view like this, because that to me is still black on black crime. I don't care if it is not murder, that is still crime. That's still part of the statistic. I'm still a person that is waiting for the white on white crime statistics. I'm still a person that knows that white people kill other white people for money and Jordans. I'm still a person that knows that white people kill black people for money and Jordans, because brutality is a human thing. It's not a black thing. It is a human thing. But again, for some reason, the way that these statuses are worded, it's like, how are you going to expect them to not brutalize us when we're brutalizing us? It's like, okay, well, when one thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other, that's the main thing. Because in no walks of life should it ever matter that I sold drugs yesterday, or I may have committed murder 10 years ago, that gives you the right to kill me today. And the people who are supposed to uplift and uphold the law being the people who are at the forefront of this. So that's one thing. Then it's so why doesn't these thoughts apply to white people? You're posting this and you're, this is your social platform that you're choosing to do this, which white people follow you too. And it's just like, yes. And one of the main things I really, really dislike about posts like this is it's always, I'm not going to say the secret white racist person, because it's the people who really think like that. It's not secret racism, it's racism. But it's if you really think like that, if you really feel like that, are you talking to the young brothers in your community to change them selling drugs, to change them not getting into gangs? Are you mentoring the youth? Have you stopped having babies on your girlfriend? Like, what are you doing to actively change this? Because again, you posting it for how many other people to see does absolutely nothing but hurt the black community. And it hurts the black community because whether people want to put it out there like that or believe it or not, it makes other black people be like, oh yeah, that's right, because it might have been something they wasn't thinking about, didn't have that thought process in their head at all, and then all of a sudden now they're thinking like that because you are an elder, not an elder, because this person, these people who I've seen posted this are closer to my age, which I'm 33. I think one of them is actually my age, and then the females are my age, and then the men who I've seen post this are a little bit older than me. But it's people that are under you that are like, yeah. And then it's like it goes both ways, and you have black people like, yeah, well, we just, that's us, and they think that is us, and it's not. We're not looters, we're not criminals, we are not anything but upstanding human beings. We're humans. Humans make mistakes, and that's white people, that's black people, and anybody outside of that. That is a human thing to have flaws. It is a human thing to go through whatever cycle or portion of life that you are going through. And the fact that black people think that they can post things like this and think that it's okay, that it's not supporting white supremacy, because a white person is going to screenshot you in that post real quick and make that as a part of why they don't respect black people. This black person thinks like that too. And all these 57 comments. Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They might not like it, but yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just like, what? It it is very, very, very disheartening. And then from people who um the four people that actually have posted this are all what I believe is referred to as a born again Christian. Now, if that's not what the correct term is, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's religion. But I believe that is what they refer to themselves as. Is they have a past. Now they have accepted the Lord and Jesus Christ into their lives, and I believe that is the correct term. Again, if it is not, I'm really sorry, because I definitely do not want to disrespect anybody's religion. And having and being a born again Christian, again, how are you posting things like this? But that's all that you're posting. You're not posting. In my community, we've had a lot of black robberies. Fellas, let's get together and let's see what we can do to stop it. Because that's a post that I'm all for. That's a post where, if in my community there has been a lot of break-ins, and we know who's breaking into these homes, and we know that it's black people, which the majority of the time, I don't live where they live right now. These are people that I went to school with. All of them actually are people that I went to school with. I don't live in the same area here. Where I'm living at right now, it is a lot of white people breaking into cars and doing things of that nature. I've had my car broken into 3 times, and you see the article come out, and it's a white person. It hasn't been a black person, but if I was living in a community or having things happen to me and I know it was black people doing it, I'm the person that would be posting things like, okay, I see a lot of black kids being very disruptive. What are we about to do about this? Not that there is black on black crime and we're brutalizing ourselves, so that gives these cops a right to murder us on camera and not be held accountable for it. Because again, that's another huge part of this that I think people aren't taking into consideration when they're posting things like this. Let's say you really do have that thought. Let's say you really are a person that really believes the hype. You fell into the trap, and you are a person who believes the statistics, black on black crime. You believe it. You fell into the trap. You're part of the problem now. But anyway, you really believe that. And let's say that there is, I'm a black person. Everybody in my household is black. Let's say there's a black man breaking into my house, and I call 911. And let's say that they come, they detain the man, and they murder him. Are you supportive of that because they were breaking into my house? I'm not supportive of that. Now, please understand this. If a black person was breaking into my house and they were trying to harm me or my children, I would probably be trying to kill them myself. But if someone broke into my house, I called the police got the person, detained them. That doesn't give them the right to kill them because they were committing black on black crime. And if they were murdered in the process, that doesn't give them immunity from being charged, or it shouldn't. It does give them immunity when you have a black face, but it shouldn't. And that is the disconnect that I don't think people understand. That is what Black Lives Matter is. That is what I am trying to provoke that thought into people. It's like, okay, if there's black on black crime, again, I'm saying if because, again, you believe the hype if you believe the statistics. And when I say believe the statistics, I don't mean that it's not really that many black people killing that many black people or whatever the case may be. I mean that if you're only seeing the statistics on black crime, then where's the other crime? Where are the other statistics? Where the white on white crime? Where's anything else? That's when you believe in the hype. That's when you believe in they're putting out there what they want you to see, what they want you to believe, because they think you seeing these high numbers, you seeing all this stuff gives them to right as you are posting, these people posting on their pages. How are we going to expect them to respect us if we not respecting ourselves? We killing ourselves. It's not them killing us, it's us killing us. You have that mindset, you've fallen into the trap. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that it is okay and they are justified in doing it. That's why the laws are in place the way that they are in place. But anyway, if that's the case, it's like if me, a black person, kills another black person, I'm going to jail. I'm going through the legal system, and I'm going to get the full extent of whatever the charge is. The full extent. If it is 5 to 10 years, I'm getting 10 years. The problem with these police officers and white people murdering black people isn't even just the fact that they're murdering us on camera, it's that they're getting away with it. It is that they're getting away with it. We know that there's racism in this country, and no, us protesting is not going to stop racism in this country. What we're hoping it stops, the word that we hope that gets out there, the situation that we hope that change, is the system. It's the fact that they should not be getting away with it. George Zimmerman killed a child and got away with it because that child was black. And when you post things like, how do you think they're gonna respect us when we don't respect us? It gives the George Zimmermans of the world an excuse to think like that. And even though y'all probably watching this like, no, it don't. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. When you are not united as a community, a black community, and you're posting things like that, and people can see it, screenshot it, white people can post it. Oh, yeah, brother such and such thinks like this too. I'm not the only one. But coming from a white person, that seems extremely racist to post something like that. Coming from a black person, it's like, yeah, you're right. It's like, no, you're not right either, my brother. No, you are not. And I really, really hope that this sparks dialogue. I hope that other people, other parents can give me their point of view on this, and somebody else can really help me understand this thought process. Somebody else can help me understand how posting things like that, but not outreaching to the community, is helpful at all, how it's beneficial at all. And again, I'm not trying to ignore that there is crime in the black community, but I'm very much going to say it out loud that it's not just black people causing that crime. The black community has white people in it too, whether you choose to believe it or not. And all the statistics and numbers are skewed to make us look worse. They're put out there specifically for that, and you know that because there aren't numbers on anybody else. They're only numbers on us. So therefore, it's just like, again, how is that beneficial? If you're a person that really don't think that we could get justice for protesting for equal justice in the United States, then maybe you need to get a protest together and one of these black communities is killing people for Jordans. Maybe you need to get a protest about that. Maybe you need to get a protest to reach out to the youth and reach out to the people who are doing this. Again, that would be supporting the Black community versus using your small social platform or large social platform to just spew out this ridiculousness. Like, it's so counterproductive, and people don't see it that way. And I just needed to use, again, my very small platform to put it out there that I see it that way. I see it as being very destructive behavior, and that is what white people want Black people to have, very destructive behavior, because it gives them justification to treat us any type of way and to get a way with treating us any type of way. So I hope anybody who watches this, please comment, please give me your thoughts, please give me some advice, please give me some encouraging words. And thank you so much for sitting with Sony. Have a great day.